I mean, this needs no introduction. This needs no introduction. One of our favorite friends that we like to visit. Really, the best YouTube channel on YouTube. Here we go. Tim, the Pool Man Taylor. Here we go.
It's one of the most shocking viral videos I've ever seen. A man in a Walgreens with a bicycle and a garbage bag. And he's shuffling goods into this garbage bag while people just stand around filming, doing nothing.
Let's hear the beginning of that again.
It's one of the most shocking viral videos I've ever seen.
I looked on his channel all through. I went all the way back through all last year. There's not a video. He did not make a video where he's like, hey, you know what? This is kind of a shocking video. This video that created a worldwide protest where it's a viral video of the police killing a guy. Did not make a video. I find lots of, Democrats just got caught rigging several elections. I see that. Fake leftist outrage. Nothing about how he's shocked about a viral video where the police killed a guy. In fact, this is the closest thing I could find.
We all have our view on this. So I can't make a prediction. If it were me, after watching all of the evidence, my opinion is not guilty. Now,
you gotta love this guy. You gotta love this guy. I'm shocked. This is the most shocking video I've ever seen. What about that video that was going around last year of the police killing a guy? Which one? Let me weigh this out. Let me calculate in my head. You got a guy taking boxes of Sudafed or whatever from Walgreens, and we're riding out with a bike. Police killing a guy, murdering a guy on camera while people are shouting, and then it leads to worldwide protest. That really is. He's got his insane video priorities really on point. Honestly, guys, maybe we as Americans just can't handle YouTube. Maybe we can't handle this. You know, you look at guys like Tim Pool. By the way, somebody doxed him on his stream and to put his address, and I went and looked at his house. His house looks like the Duggars' house. I don't think somebody who you're a millionaire from being an idiot on YouTube and you take that money and buy a house that looks like a bunch of Mormons live in it. I can't. I mean, if he lived in a palatial, one of these Cheesecake Factory mansions, then I'd be like, all right, well, at least he's like doing what you would expect a criminal to do. But no, he lives in a Duggar's house.
It is disgusting.
Well, the people might not, but the stores certainly do. 17 Walgreens have shut down due to the failed policies of the Democratic Party. And I know a lot of people immediately left is going to say, it's not the Democrats doing this, it's crime. They're soft on crime. They don't arrest people. These problems have been getting worse. There is human waste all over the street. And yet,
Tim Karen Pool. They're repeating this pretty much all over the media, not just the right-wing kook, booga blaga
weird
media, but really all New York Times, they're repeating this like, look, people are shoplifting. These creeps are shoplifting. So the Walgreens had to shut down. Walgreens doesn't exist anymore. Our friendly neighborhood mom and pop Walgreens had to close down because of all these decrepit shoplifters. A little bit of a problem with this story. This is from 2019. Walgreens plans to close 200 U.S. stores. Walgreens says it hopes to save $1.5 billion in annual expenses by fiscal and what it's calling by fiscal 2022. By the way, okay, so this is kind of projected through the time that we're talking about right now, and what it's calling the Transformational Cost Management Program. Ooh, that sounds fancy, like fancy talk. That makes me really foamed. Words and phrases like that. Transformational Cost Management Program. We're closing down stores. Why don't you just say that, you absolute dorks? Walgreens expects to record a $1.9 billion to $2.4 billion earnings hit related to real estate, severance, and other costs. In other words, their stupid real estate prices are going up, and they want to close more stores to consolidate the stores. Or, oh, a guy on a bike stole Sudafed. We got to close down. We got to close down, bro. We got it. That's how Walgreens CEOs talk. We got to close down, dog. We got to close down, bro. That guy, you saw that video? We're closing down, dude. It really is, man. These people who are stealing... I saw a guy steal Nerds Rope from Walgreens the other day, and I literally tackled him and killed him. I was like, these people worked so hard for this store. And I kept murdering him while I was crying on behalf of Walgreens. I don't think what I'm about to read has anything to do with why Walgreens might be in trouble. Here's why Walgreens stock may underperform in the near term. This is from, by the way, this is from May 28th, 2021, year of our Lord Christ. The stock price of Walgreens Boots Alliance. Why is it? Anybody know why it's called Walgreens Boots Alliance? Did they try to do a Western wear thing at one? Anyway, has seen a 5% drop over the last 5 trading days. Gotta be those shoplifters, dude. Gotta be those shoplifters, my friends. 5% drop over the last 5 trading days, and we believe that the stock will underperform the broader markets in the near term. Again, this is the Marxist paper Forbes. Much of the recent decline came on May 26 after reports... I wonder what this guy would have to say about what I'm about to tell you.
It is disgusting.
Much of the decline came on May 26th after reports of Amazon, that's Jeff Bezos' company, eyeing brick and mortar pharmacy stores. Retail pharmacies such as CVS and Walgreens have already seen an impact on their stock after Amazon launched Amazon Pharmacy last year on its online store.
That's really weird.
So please, Jesus Christ, Lord, give me the power to fulfill this video. So instead of them closing Walgreens, trying to shut down some of these places because of what they said in their filing, that they want to consolidate stores because real estate's getting more expensive, and because they know that they're about to be completely swallowed by Bezos' mega monopoly. No, it's not that. It's that a guy rode in on a rental bike and stole 14 packages of Swedish fish.
Why? It is disgusting.
I don't believe in censorship, okay? I'm what you call a constitutional scholar. Therefore, guys, I don't believe in censorship. However, I do believe in embarrassment. And I think that YouTube should be censoring buffoons, not to name any names, but they should be censoring certain buffoons just out of embarrassment.
And the establishment says, Kambuga shaka munda, kunga kingo, buga laka bluga blah, 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 blah.
Thank you.
Greens have shut down due to the failed policies of the Democratic Party. And if I know a lot of people immediately to the left is going to say, it's not the Democrats doing this, it's crime. They're soft on crime. They don't arrest people. These problems have been getting worse. There is human waste all over the street. And yes, we can track the failures in the economy, the escalation of poverty, right alongside Joe Biden becoming the president. We have a tweet from Michael.
That's really weird.
If only it were that easy. You know, if only it were that easy. That would be great. Just get that decrepit old Joe Biden out of there, and then, oh, look, poverty's gone. I mean, I kind of love this because it's just straight up made up now. Like, he's not even trying to, like, trick or, like, misinterpret a story. It's just like, things are worse now because of the guy that my audience likes is gone. San Francisco crime is starting to look more like it did before the pandemic. So in 2020, certain types of crime, like burglaries, increased in San Francisco. And the theory that I heard from the people who study this is that there were lots of empty houses because people left town. So you have more burglaries. That's one kind of like, hey, let's try to figure out why this is happening. As of 5 days ago, San Francisco crime is starting to look more like it did before the pandemic. So You know, I mean, why not? You know, really, like, why not just make up stuff if you do a YouTube show for people who are, 98 years old. And they're like, look at that young man. Don't like his hat. I'll say that. I don't like his hat. He's wearing one of those rap hats. Other than that, I like him because he's a good young man. San Francisco really is like a city that basically should not exist. Because it's one of the richest places in the world, but also tons and tons of poverty and people sleeping in their cars and so on, etc. But the thing is that Walgreens can't really care about this. Walgreens can't just sit there and they're like, I was reading some Christopher Hedges earlier. This is Walgreens. Walgreens is like, I was reading Christopher Hedges earlier, and I thought about it. Like we got to deal with some of these social problems. Like clearly, if people are stealing from our stores, because they can't afford stuff, or they're bagging up this stuff to sell it so they can get money, we got to figure out a way to remedy some of these problems. Can't totally fix them completely, but at least make them better. Walgreens doesn't think that. Walgreens thinks, how can we lower our losses from getting things stolen? How can we what's the easiest way, with not paying any taxes or anything, what's the easiest way we could do that? Oh, get more cops. Create like more of a police state. That's pretty much it.
Problem? People don't care. People don't care, and they vote, and they just vote Democrat because it sounds good. The Democrats will say, look at all these homeless people. Well, vote for us, and we'll solve this problem. And then they don't. They make it worse. Even when they hold a super majority, they will not fix the problem.
Disgusting.
I mean, he's right. This is true, But his solution is to get Trump back in there. Right, guy? Right, audience? God, look at these Democrats. They're not doing anything about homelessness. So you know what we got to do is get Republicans in there who are not even going to say that they're going to do things to help. That's the airtight solution by Tim.
It is disgusting.
So I'm sorry to do this.
Weird.
But again, Totino, of course, this guy Totino covered it. I mean, look, if you get this many views, 250,000, it's like, I gotta.
On the internet was a video from a Walgreens in San Francisco. And for folks who have visited any of our major cities over the course of the last few years, there's a pretty obvious uptick in property crime. Not just an obvious uptick in property crime, a complete downturn in quality of life. There's a reason that people have been fleeing big cities in favor of more outlying red areas or blue cities in red states.
So I looked into this for San Francisco. Burglaries went up by about 50%, almost 50%. Motor vehicles thefts went up about, a little over 20%. Homicides went up a little bit. And then assaults went down, robberies went down, larceny thefts went down, and rapes went down in 2020, from 2019 to 2020. And as we read earlier, these are kind of going back to normal post-pandemic. And remember, we explained the burglaries earlier, which you can read in this article. They think it's because less people were in their homes, so it's easy to burgle. But what's super funny about this is Ben Pepino saying people are fleeing. They're fleeing these places like California, which he left. He left California to go to Nashville. And he's like, people are fleeing. They're fleeing because look at all this crime. I looked into this. The Nashville Police Department is really concerned about a very large spike in motor vehicle thefts.
Crime Tracker alert, 180 car break-ins, not in a year, but just 1 week in Nashville. Tonight, News 2's Maya Owens takes a look at some of the hardest hit neighborhoods.
Also, Nashville's homicide rate nearly doubles in first 2 months of 2021. Oh my God. It's out of control. You left to go to what you exactly just described, fleeing. So, I guess Ben Pepino's only option to flee this crime now is... That place is Syndicalist or something up there in Canada. So I think his only choice is to just kind of wander the earth and fight crime with that man. What's that guy's name? James Knowles or whatever? That guy in his channel. Those two will just wander around getting into fighting crimes and the sexual situations with the people they meet along the way. It's it's the crimes we fought along the way, they'll say to each other as they high five.
There's a reason that people have been fleeing big cities in favor of more outlying red areas or blue cities in red states. Okay, San Francisco has been turned from a gem, a very clean and safe city, into something really quite awful.
Hey, Richard Wolf, what do you think about San Francisco?
It is disgusting.
So he's talking about how just man, San Francisco has really gotten horrible. But you look at the crime statistics, actually crime was either going down or static before COVID-19. And then even, the predictable things that social distancing and all this crap would lower, the type of crimes that it was lowered. So, I guess, okay. I think what he means is homeless people. Let's see.
You've seen reports of feces, human feces on nearly every corner, open needles on nearly every corner. In Los Angeles, the homeless problem.
You know, it's funny. They said this about Austin, too. And there is a large homeless population here that's been all over the media. And they even passed a law where homeless people can't camp anymore. I will say this, I go all over town. I walk, I ride bikes, I go downtown. It's never really affected me. I like to live in a system where it necessitates that kind of thing. That absolutely has to happen in a system like this with the no social safety net that I have to believe in as a person on this channel who takes funding from the people I do. But I don't want to look at it. You're from outer space, dude. You just don't belong. I don't know how to tell you this, but you don't belong on Earth. You don't belong on Earth, okay? So maybe you can get on one of this, what's that guy's name? Jeff Brazzers? Get on his Apple ship. Get on his spaceship and go somewhere where you are able to function. Because it ain't here, my friend. I think he might be, as the kids say on YouTube, based. I'm cool too. Based. I think he might be based because he says all this stuff that's obviously true and then follows it up with a non-rebuttal. Here we go.
Now, people on the left like to pretend that low-level crime isn't actually crime. It's just the cry of the oppressed, right? If somebody is shoplifting, it's because poverty is such an endemic problem in American capitalistic society.
No.
It's not a problem of morality. It's not a problem of decency. It's a problem of poverty. Except that when we see film of people actually engaging in crime, it generally is not people stealing the necessities of life just to get by. More often, it looks like something like this. So here is the video from...
Yeah, because they sell that stuff to get money, which is a necessity for life in what you just described. That person stealing from Walgreens didn't take a quart of water, canned meat, and a medical kit. Someone's fancy. What's that you're stealing there in that garbage bag? A bunch of Pepto-Bismol and NyQuil? Okay, Mr. Rockefeller. What's that you're shoving into that bag there? A bunch of heating pads and a Vicks Vapor Rub? Okay, Steve Jobs. I'm a true moron.
Weird.
More often, it looks like something like this. So here is the video from Walgreens. You're about to see a young black man. I point out his race here only because, as we will see, San Francisco has decided that they do not wish people to know the race of the people who are engaging in crime. Because they...
I point out the race of the people in this video because my audience likes that. If you want to know why I point out the race of the person in this video, I'll direct your attention to this sound.
If C-3PO got hit on the head, that's this guy. If C-3PO fell in that hole out in the desert and his head got dented, you get Ben Pepino. So there you go. It goes on and on ad nauseum, insufferable and stupid. But that's pretty much it. This video itself, it's sensational. It's viral. As much as I researched this, because I kind of wanted to know what's up, Doesn't tell you a whole lot in terms of trends, but that's definitely not surprising in a insane, just demented Mad Max city like San Francisco, filled with the richest people on the planet and people sleeping in their car. I'm not going to do the Richard Wolf thing again. I mean, despite that being a, just a sensational viral video, San Francisco really does live as a living example of some of the problems we're dealing with in what we talk about a lot here, this sort of wacky, wild system that we're living in that doesn't always work very well. So thank you. And remember,
It is disgusting.
thank you. Hey everybody, and thanks so much for watching this video. Like all the other YouTube and podcast perverts, I now have a Patreon. Every week on this Patreon, I'm uploading 2
exclusive
Patreon exclusive shows. They're like real shows, more produced, more edited.
a behind-the-scenes show where I reveal all my secrets, and a show where we go deep on an important topic that you will want to know about. Also, you get the daily and complete live show audio-only feeds. And at the top level, for only 25 bones, you can become a producer. These people that you're seeing right here make this program possible. Without them, nothing. It goes right in the toilet, right in the trash, and we set it on fire. It's these people who make it work. So please, for Christ's sake, become a patron. Bye-bye, love you.